We've all been worried about the Batman Part 2 actually being delayed or canceled altogether. There's been talk that they may not get it done. Well, I'm here to be the bearer of good news. Batman 2, it's greenlit. Not only greenlit, but it looks like it's in pre-production. Today we're gonna go over everything. All the new leaks, all the new rumors, all the new confirmed information. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. And we're also gonna talk about a villain that's actually been in live action before that could end up being in the Batman 2. So stick around for that. Drop a like. Let's get into it. First up is the big news. The Batman Part 2 has officially entered pre-production. This means the gears are turning. Sets are being designed. Crews are being hired. Everybody is getting ready to start filming. And according to industry reports, Warner Brothers has locked in a start date for principal photography on January 1st, 2026. And that will be at WB's studios in London. So the cameras, they're going to start rolling in just about, well, actually not even a year from now over in the UK. We're talking, what, 5 months from now? Now, if you've been following, you know there's been a few speed bumps, a few hiccups along the way, writing delays, strikes, you name it. In fact, director Matt Reeves only just finished the script a couple months ago. He even posted a photo of the completed screenplay on Instagram confirming that it is finally done. Now, Warner Brothers and DC, they've penciled in an official release date of October 1st, 2027. So mark your calendars, maybe set a reminder, but also understand that this could be subject to delay because most are, but we are going to be heading back to Gotham in fall of 2027 if all goes right. The crazy part is that's a full 5 years after the first film debuted. So the anticipation, it's going to be through the roof, or people have moved on. Now, the upside of the long wait is that Reeves is taking his time to get everything right. Even DC Studios' James Gunn said, be patient, let Matt do his thing. But I'm going to argue the other side of that. If you wait too long, people move on. They lose interest. Now, I know this is Batman. He's iconic. It will pull people no matter what. But come on. 5 years between part 1 and part 2? That's a little ridiculous. So we kick off in January of next year. And if all goes according to plan, we'll be watching it October 27. I mean, that's a slow burn. It is. But the project's greenlit. It's moving forward. So as a fan, I'm happy to hear the word pre-production because it means no more indefinite limbo or delays, at least not at the moment, and the studio is gearing up. Now, let's talk about who's actually coming back here. It's no shocker. Yes, Robert Pattinson will reprise his role as Bruce Wayne and Batman. I mean, can't really do the Batman 2 without Pattinson himself, of course. Director Matt Reeves, of course, we already said, back at the helm, and this time he co-wrote the script with Mattson Tomlin, the same co-writer who helped refine the first film script, so that's good. Their final draft was delivered mid-2025, so the story's locked in. Now, on the supporting cast side, we're hearing a lot of familiar faces from the 2022 film will actually return. Colin Farrell is set to return as Oswald, Oz Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, of course, which makes sense given Oz's rise in Gotham's underworld and the rise in fame from the show. The Penguin was a huge hit. We'll talk about that more soon. Andy Serkis will be back as Alfred Pennyworth, Bruce's trusted butler, father figure. Jeffrey Wright is expected to return as Commissioner, formerly Lieutenant Jim Gordon. Closest ally, right? Those are all the givens. But the most intriguing one is Barry Keoghan as the Joker. You probably remember that eerie Joker cameo at the end of the first movie. Well, insiders are saying Keegan's Joker is expected to return in part 2, which means we might see more of that character's interaction with Batman or other villains. How big his role is going to be, it's not confirmed. Could be another cameo, could be a larger presence, but the fact they plan to include him, I'm pretty excited about it. Seeing Pattinson's Batman eventually go toe-to-toe with the Joker, even if it's not the main event in part 2, to me, is an exciting prospect for this saga's future. Now, I personally think they should do it this way. Have Barry Keoghan back, have him play a small role, drip feed him again in part 2, and then make him the big bad of part 3. There's no hurry, there's no rush, and I'm actually pretty excited to see his take on Joker. I think he's going to absolutely knock it out of the park, personally. I love the way this guy acts. His dry, sarcastic humor, his demeanor, I think he's going to be a hit. There's one notable name we haven't officially heard about. Zoe Kravitz. Yep, Catwoman. She left Gotham at the end of the last film. But the chemistry with Batman, I think we can all agree it was undeniable. Matt Reeves has hinted he's open to bringing Catwoman back if the story fits, and many fans, myself included, are suspecting we'll see her again. But there's no confirmation report about Kravitz in part 2, so we'll just kind of put that one on the back burner. Now, behind the camera, I would wager a lot of Reeves' core team will return. You got the cinematographer Greg Fraser, composer Michael Giacchino. They're not confirmed, but the vibe of the first movie, if they want to keep that, they'll probably keep it rolling. So, big question. What's the Batman 2 actually about? Reeves and his team are keeping the story details under wraps, but we have a few clues here. According to production insiders, the sequel will pick up not too long after the events of the first movie, and Gotham City is reeling from that massive flood that the Riddler caused in the finale of the Batman 2022. We also saw those repercussions through the Penguin. The city was literally underwater at the end of the last film. So we'll see Gotham's slow recovery from that disaster, and you can probably bet the power vacuum in the criminal underworld will be a major factor. I mean, you've got Carmine Falcone gone, Riddler saw to that, Penguin's hungry for power, Gotham's crimescape, it's in a flux. In fact, and of course, the spin-off series Penguin bridged that gap between the movies. It showed Oz Cobblepot's rise to the new Kingpin. So Reeves is hinting that that's an entry point into part 2. I'm excited to see where that goes. I mean, I would say we're going to continue that noir crime saga tone of the first film. Reeves has teased that Batman's journey is only going to get more complex, which it usually does. We've heard that this installment will dive deeper into the corruption plaguing Gotham, even more than the first movie did. And supposedly Bruce will be confronting deeper levels of corruption. He's going to face more moral dilemmas in the city that's still broken and divided. So I'm sure they're going to tackle themes of societal division, power dynamics, all that good stuff. All that good Batman ground level stuff we want. Now visually, I would expect Gotham to feel bleaker, darker, grayer if that's possible. Parts of the city were ruined after the flood. We might even see elements of the famous No Man's Land style chaos when Gotham is isolated and overrun by criminals in the comics. All of that could definitely happen. And one more thing, Bruce Wayne himself. In the first movie, Bruce was in year 2 of being Batman, and he's a vengeful recluse, just starting to become a symbol of hope, right? Part 2, kind of curious to see how he's grown. We might see a more balanced Bruce, maybe learning to be Bruce Wayne the public figure a bit more while still being the obsessive crime fighter. I mean, Reeves did indicate part 2 will show you aspects of the character you never got to see before. That could mean Bruce facing challenges that test him in new ways. Now let's talk about villains. I mean, the rumors and leaks about who Batman will be facing part 2. This is where things get interesting because there's a lot of names being tossed in the hat. None of them are confirmed yet, but let's talk about them. Matt Reeves is playing his cards close. DC hasn't announced a villain, but there's some big ones. One major one is that we could see Clayface. It's one of Batman's classic villains who has never appeared in a live-action movie. It originated from the report in Deadline, who is a very reputable industry source, which claimed that according to their insiders, Clayface is a big addition to Matt Reeves' The Batman 2. Now, if that's true, it's big. Clayface is a character with a very ungrounded ability. He's typically a shape-shifting clay monster. Think kind of Sandman of Spider-Man? I mean, including him would signal that Reeves is indeed pushing the boundary of realism here. Now, there are different incarnations of Clayface in the comics. Some are masters of disguise. Others literally turn into mud. So I don't know which version we'll get, but it's interesting to see. And there's actually a lot of people out there that aren't really hyped about that one. I don't know why. I think it would be cool. Another one, which I know everybody will be on board, is Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow. I mean, come on. There was also an Easter egg in the Penguin. I mean, on-set photos, early footage. In one episode, there was a scene in Dr. Julian Rush's office. He's a character in the Penguin played by Theo Rossi, where you can clearly see Scarecrow's signature mask and fear toxin glove on display. I mean, come on. Could Dr. Rush actually be an alias for Jonathan Crane? I mean, some fans found that a YouTuber scooper, Boba Talks, claimed that Scarecrow would appear in the Penguin show, and he would interact with Sophia Falcone, and that Theo Rossi's character was indeed Crane under a fake name. So even the production designer hinted that those props were open to interpretation. So definitely could be in there. He's a classic Batman villain. Psychologist, uses fear toxin, terrorizes people. Come on. Scarecrow would be an awesome one. And then other names. Well, Jeff Snyder on his podcast, The Hot Mics, said Mr. Freeze might be the main villain of part 2. He mentioned that Reeves had reportedly set the movie during a wintry, snowy Gotham. That would be cool. Now, you can't go with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, right? I mean, Batman and Robin 1997, you gotta go with something a little more grounded. So if they do that, it would be interesting to see how they do. And then another one is Hush. That's one that people are excited for. Tommy Elliott, childhood friend of Bruce, who becomes a bandaged serial killer. Now, there were Easter eggs in the first movie. The word Hush flashed on Riddler's video, and it had people thinking that he could show up. But again, James Gunn explicitly debunked the Hush rumors around the same time he denied the Mr. Freeze stuff. He basically said fans have no real info on part 2's villain. So Hush is probably not going to be in there. I think it's probably going to be Scarecrow. That's just me. And a lot of people think we may actually get an introduction to a young Robin as well, which we can make another video on that. I mean, to sum it up, Clayface, Scarecrow, those are the two leading villains, if you ask me. So there you have it, my friends. It's happening. Pre-production has begun, which is always a good thing when you're excited about a movie actually happening. That means they figured out the schedule. That means Robert's ready to roll. I'm ready. I do not like the fact it's been 5 years, but it is what it is. You guys let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon.